We are back with season 2 of Shelbie Says podcast. I wanted to thank you guys all so much for being so integrated into season 1. I got so much feedback, so many comments and compliments, and just criticism, which is fine. It was positive. So all it did was help us become better for season 2. And I'm so excited to be back. This season, we're doing things a little bit differently. We're still going to have our special guests on, but one in particular, we are going to have a common thread throughout our season 2 episodes, which is, as some of you guys or most of you guys have seen, Southern Momma Bachelor. We are doing a Bachelor series similar to the TV show, but it's just going to be all on our podcast. Our Bachelor is Andrew. He is amazing. You're going to learn more about him in this episode, but throughout the rest of the season, we're going to have like 10 to 15 minute catch up segments at the beginning or end of each episode. I'm still trying to figure that part out. Just to let you know where he is, how many dates he's gone on, and then if we have any clips or feedback that he has on the most recent date that he went on, we'll go through that there. So this is what the Bachelor, the Shelbie Says, or Southern Momma Bachelor is going to kind of entail. Our Bachelor, Andrew, who you're about to meet, is going to go on 3 dates. We have it set to 3 so far. We've been considering expanding it to maybe 4, just because we're getting a lot more people interested than we thought. But to get down to those 3 that he could potentially give the final rose to, I'm going to be interviewing 10 ladies and narrowing that 10 down to 6. The top 6 ladies are going to come on the podcast, and then you guys are going to get to vote for who Andrew goes on his dates with. Again, we're debating between 3 and 4 dates just to see, because there's so many great ladies that have already kind of submitted themselves in for this blind date. It's somewhat blind, right? Because you guys are about to learn all about him on the podcast, and I've posted a couple pictures. But it's so exciting. And we've had so many great people that have like stepped out and been like, I would love to go on a date with them. This sounds like such a cool experience. We were nervous about people wanting to be on the podcast, but having a one-on-one interview with me, I don't think is going to be scary at all. I'm definitely not a Barbara Walters. I'm not going to dig deep into your past. Those are all questions that you guys need to be asking on your first date. I'm just going to do a quick get to know you, some things that you like to do for fun, whether you're an outdoor person, indoor person, city girl, country girl, just so that the audience can vote on who they think Andrew should go on the dates with after listening to the things that he likes. And you guys are all going to listen to that right now because we're about to start our episode with our Bachelor, Andrew. So sit back, enjoy, and take some notes so you can help pick which girl would be best suited for him. So I'm really excited to be here with you today, Andrew. I hope you're excited and not nervous excited, but excited because this should be a pretty fun experiment. The good thing about it is other people have done it before, so it's not like an unheard of concept, but I think that you're the perfect Bachelor. So before I let you talk about yourself, I will say that I have been impressed by you every time that I've met you. I just think that you are such a joy to be around. Stuart talked so highly of you before we met. I think I had to edit a video of you once, actually. And you were very professional in the video, too. I think you were still in school then. And then afterwards, when I met you later on, I was like, oh, he's just so mature. He's so kind. You're so polite. Even tonight, before you came over to the podcast, you were like, oh, I'm going to go and hang out with my mom for a little bit before I come over. I'm like, you're just a stand-up Southern gentleman, and we love that so much. So yeah, that's just my little spiel. Me and Stuart have known you I've known you for about 2 years. Hung out with you a couple of times, come over to some cookouts. You were at our surprise wedding the other weekend, which was so much fun. And Stuart's probably known you for like 3 or 4 years, maybe?
I think 3 years now, about 3 years.
Yeah. Nice.
We've known each other for a long time, though.
Yeah. Which is a good thing, not a bad thing. So just so you guys know, we're not just throwing just anybody out here as our Southern Momma Bachelor. Like, he's vetted. Like, we know that he's a good guy.
We hope so.
Yeah, no, we hope so. And we know deep down you're getting a good one. So any girl's going to be lucky to go on the blind dates with you. But what this episode is about is we just want to get to know you a little bit more, a little bit about your background, a little bit about what you're looking for, and all the little things in between. So we'll start off with your background. Did you grow up in North Carolina also?
I did grow up in North Carolina. I've been here my whole life. So
nice. So are you more of kind country boy or a city boy? I think I can tell by your accent.
Let's look at me for a second. You decide.
So, okay, what kind of things did you do? I know the audience doesn't know this, but I know from a recent conversation that you wanted to be a cowboy.
I did want to be a cowboy growing up. And then we figured out I was allergic to horses, so we had to pivot to something else.
How did you figure that out?
Went to a birthday party, all fired up about the pony, hopped up there, throat swole up, turned blue. It wasn't pretty at all.
So your dream almost killed you, literally.
I've never thought about it like that, but that's exactly what happened. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate to put it into those terms for you too, but I'm sorry that was crushed. But I would still look at you as like a modern day cowboy. Do you do anything else with like farm animals or livestock or anything?
I've been on a farm or a ranch most of my life, either hunting or fishing or training dogs and whatnot. But
what's your favorite type of dog to train?
Labs, for sure. Black labs.
So are you a dog person or a cat person? Labs are like toddlers, I think. I feel like they're very like humanized dogs.
They are, and they're so smart. I don't know. I've got 2 now, and I want 10 more if I could have the places for them to run around. But
what are your dogs' names?
Cash and Ghost. I got a black lab named Cash and a white one named Ghost.
Nice. Okay, so must love dogs. Let's write that down in our notes for the girl that we're looking for. That's a big one. Okay, but cats. What about cats?
It's kind of a red flag, to be honest. It's not that I'm not a cat person. I'm really not a cat person.
Yeah.
I can't do it. But
I don't like cats either. And we spoke about this before, and I do the same thing with foods I don't like. Like if someone suggests a restaurant and let's just say like, I don't really like sushi, I'd be like, I'm allergic to sushi actually, and I could die. So I can't eat that. And I heard that you do the same thing with cats. You'll just tell people you're
and sushi. Yeah.
Oh, you really don't like sushi?
No.
Okay. Must love dogs can't like sushi. Got all
They
those
can
notes
like
written
sushi.
down.
I'm just going to pick up a steak on the way and have it in the sushi place.
You want to go to like the sushi / hibachi place where you can get like the fried chicken and everything, and
we can make that work for sure.
It's all together. Okay. We're back. So, all right. Must love dogs. Can't love sushi. Actually, she can, but she has to have a sushi restaurant that has a nice hibachi.
She can eat whatever she wants. It's just me that's going to stick to the top 10 probably.
Yeah. Sweet of you to say. Okay. So did you play any sports growing up? I actually don't know this about you.
Just about everything. Baseball, basketball, football. Basketball didn't last long, so mainly football and baseball. But I tore both of my shoulders, so that ended pretty early.
Did you have to have surgery?
Yeah, both of them are completely redone.
Oh my gosh. And how old are you?
24.
24 with 2 new shoulders. Well, it's like getting a car redone.
It's the body of a 45-year-old, but I'm 24, I promise.
No, I could definitely see you being 24. And you're tall, too.
Well, I wear boots every day, so that helps.
You do with a lift in them. You make
Once
sure
I got to 6 foot, we quit counting.
Okay, that's good. That's good to know. Okay, so you're tall, played sports. That's why the only reason I said tall is because I'm tall, and everyone always assumes that I played basketball. I played 1 season, and in a co-ed team, I was the only girl. And the only time I ever scored a basket was for the wrong team. My mom was like, "Woo!" My dad was like, "Sit down." I just remember that like ingrained in my head.
I'm sure you were fired up though.
Oh yeah, I was like cheering. Like I played a bunch of sports and never actually played. I was like, I did something. My mom was like, we'll just finish the season and then stop suffering.
That was me in chorus. They just told me, yeah, you can stand up at the top, but don't sing too loud.
Yeah, just move your lips, say watermelon, but don't actually say anything. So, okay. Did you go to college?
I did. I went to UNCW.
Nice. What'd you study there? We love
Finance.
UNCW. Finance. I wouldn't have expected you to be a finance man.
Nobody does. I came through COVID, and I don't know how we got out in 4 years with finance, but we made it happen somehow.
Nice. Good for you. And UNCW is no joke. I know Stuart went to UNCW as well and has actually looked at some of their master's programs, and they're really difficult to get in for finance specifically. So congratulations to you. And doing it through COVID. I didn't even think about that.
I think it might have been easier.
Oh, yeah, because you're doing it online.
Take a screenshot of yourself, put it
but
in the
you want to be there. UNCW, you get to be at the beach. Did you still live in like the Wilmington area while you were there?
Yeah, I did. So I was at the beach pretty often. Normally we go to the beach when people visit in Wilmington, and we don't go, and it's just us.
But you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I've heard that. My family has always lived near Topsail Island, so We're not really college town out there. It's a little bit more on the sticks.
I
We
prefer
like
it though.
Yeah, we like it. There's not as many people touring. I mean, there's more now, but okay. So Wilmington and finance. I did not put all of that together. That's really cool. So do you want to do something in finance later down the road? I know that you're a working man now and you don't particularly work in finance. I mean, you work in sales.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like finance too. I guess you have to look at like whole picture of things.
Yeah, I didn't think I would do it while I was getting my degree in it. I just thought it'd be good to know, when you get out, at least you'll understand money if you don't understand anything else.
That's smart though. I've told so many people that because I went through kind of like a complicated web of college and didn't just know exactly what I wanted to do. And I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to take the classes for the skills that I want to make sure that I have. So I was like, I'm going to take some anatomy and like medical classes so that I don't die or like kill somebody else.
I did yoga.
I'm like, like I could do yoga, I could keep myself calm, but and I can count numbers and I know how to make some money. But that's really smart to like do something with a career or study something that you might not want to do every day, but is a good just like foundation to have. And then so like for your parents, were they like pretty strict on you when you were growing up? Or, I mean, you played sports. I feel like most kids that play sports are very disciplined, not by their parents, but just because you have like a team of people that are looking at you like, don't mess this up for us.
Exactly. And I pitched too. So it was like eyes on me the whole time. But yeah, sports kept me pretty structured throughout, childhood and even through high school. I wouldn't say they were strict because I have a sister that's 13 years older. So my mom always said she was tired by the time I came around. So she let me get away with more. And, Dad, he's always just been my best friend. So.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Yeah, I didn't know that you had a sister that was 13 years older than you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'm selfishly going to ask what that's like because we have an 11-year-old right now. And so if we have another kid, they'll probably be 13 years apart. Yeah. Me and my brother are 12 years apart too. So I know what it's like from that. But I want to know what the reverse is.
I loved it. I mean, my sister was like my second mom. And I say my dad's my best friend, but in a different way than my sister. I mean, we talk every day. I can't get through the day if I don't talk to her at least once normally. I mean, and she has two little ones, 7 and 1, and I love them too. We're always hanging out together.
I love that. So family. It sounds like family is really important to you.
That's not a soundbite either. That's the truth. So I just was hanging out with him before I came over here.
Oh yeah, no, like he legit was like, oh yeah, I'll come over around 6. He was like, actually, I'm not leaving my mom's house until 7 o'clock. And I was like, Stuart, I just love this about this kid. He's so cool. He's like, we're the same way. We just had dinner with Stuart's parents last night. And I mean, we couldn't leave before 8:30, 9 o'clock at night because we were just hanging out watching Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to leave.
Yeah, like, and I'm like, that to me shows that 1, you're like a level-headed, decent person, but 2, you didn't live this like psychotic, traumatic childhood. And you can't be around your parents. No. So 2 green flags for that, spending time with your family. So if you're looking for somebody, do you want them to be as equally involved with their family? Or are you fine if somebody just wants to kind of integrate more into your family? Or
yeah, for sure. I mean, you never know anybody's situation. So there's a lot of things that can play into that. But, all things being constant, I would hope she loved her parents.
Yeah,
I mean, if they were good parents, obviously. So.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. And I feel the same way. Yeah, it is kind of hard to be able to tell, because some people will be like, oh, if they're not close with their mom, that's a red flag. Some people's moms are crazy. And it's probably in everyone's best interest that they're not close. But you got to take
people by case basis too.
Absolutely.
You don't know what life's thrown at them.
Yeah, so. Absolutely. So you sound like you're very like well-rounded and are not like super black and white on everything and can kind of see whole picture on things. Love that.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice. Okay. So other than your parents and your sister and her kids, are there any other like family members that you hang out with a lot? And are they all in North Carolina or are they kind of spread out all over?
I have a bunch in South Carolina around Columbia, and then I have most of my family's in Charlotte, and I still have some family around here that live around where I do.
Nice. That's exciting.
Keep that under wraps for now.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're in like the Raleigh hub area. So like, Raleigh, Chapel Hill, Garner, Durham area. Anybody in that area is like fair game, I guess, for the dating pool right now.
Yeah. But I'm not in Raleigh, to clarify.
Yeah,
I can't be there all the time.
We can't be in Raleigh all the time. And I used to live in Raleigh, and it's a stressful place to be, honestly. And I'm not really down with the Raleigh downtown scenes And I'm
growing too fast.
significantly older than you, but still, I'm like, it's exhausting to be out there. Okay, let's see. What else can I pick your brain about? Oh, I know. So if you were to like paint a picture of the perfect first date for you, like what would it look like out of interest?
Oh, probably a steakhouse. You know, we can start there.
Nice. Yeah.
You know, you can't go to McDonald's the first time, but you can't do Ruth's Chris either. You know,
Yeah,
you got to see if she'll
gotta-
come back for a second one.
Exactly. Got to make sure she makes the cut for a second date. And you don't want to spoil them too much on that first date, and then they'll never go to McDonald's.
Yeah.
I'm like, you got to have like a happy balance.
Start out like you can hold out. That's what they always say.
Exactly. Like I always tell like my brother and stuff, I'm like, don't take a girl out if you can't afford it. Like one, wait until you can, or two, just pick a place that's more in the middle of the road and a nice place for your budget. I always tell him stuff like that too, but he doesn't listen.
No, I didn't either when I was his age.
He's a freshman.
Okay, no.
He's a freshman in college, so he doesn't listen.
We're just trying to impress all of them at that point, so we're spending everything we got.
I'll spend all of my money in a heartbeat. What do you think your mom's like number one quality in a lady would be for you? Like if you had to like pick her brain and she would say, all I want is for them to be blank, what do you think she would say?
It's a tough question. I don't know. Well, mom's big on cooking. Like, so if you want to impress her, that's not like the one thing, but like if you come in frying up something, she'll be very impressed. And she'll know you can take care of me.
Yeah. And
she
that
cooks
takes
for
like
4 to feed me. So,
so the girl should be able to cook or be willing to learn.
Yeah,
that's good that your mom can cook, and that's a really good quality.
But if she can, I can cook too, so that helps. You know.
So you can cook. Okay, what are your special skills other than sports, baseball, just finance, knowing all of the things? What would you say some of your like more hidden talents or skills would be?
Music. I love music. So every day I'm doing something musically. I like to play the guitar. What else? Training dogs. We talked about dogs, but I love to train dogs, hunting, as you could probably guess, fishing, as you could probably guess. I recently got into golf, which people don't normally guess. So I golf. I'm not a golfer yet, but
you'll get better. Just keep going.
I don't know. I feel like I'm worse.
Oh yeah, they say beginner's luck, so maybe that's worn off, and now you're like actually having to practice
exactly.
it.
Now it's really coming out. So,
what kind of animals do you hunt? I'm curious. What's your favorite animal to hunt?
Oh, ducks for sure.
Nice.
Because of the dogs again. You know, I mean, I could go out there just with the dogs and be happy. You know,
I don't know anything about dog hunting. What do you do? Like, do you just like shoot up like something that makes a loud noise and the dogs have to chase it? Or
yeah, I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. That's why I like it. You know, it's probably the hardest, you know, on your body, on, you know, getting to where you need to be, the dogs and everything.
Ducks, dogs. You told me your favorite type of dog. Okay, so other than duck hunting, what else?
Deer hunting, turkey hunting, pheasant, quail, really anything. I mean, I like it all.
So you're out and about like most of the time, outside, like in nature.
I have to be doing something. Yeah. My brain's got to be busy doing something.
Do you like hiking? Have you ever been hiking?
If a deer stands up there, I don't hike just to see the view normally. I'll try to take a 4-wheeler or something up there.
God, we need to take you to Raven Rock. That's a cool spot.
Oh, I went there on a field trip in like the 7th grade.
See? So we're like parents.
But anything's more fun than that. I'm not majored in it. So.
Yeah, I guess that is true. Anytime you're going on a field trip, it's like the greatest place ever. And if you go any other day, you're like, where in the heck are we at?
Exactly.
Makes perfect sense. I don't want to ask you too many like personal history questions. I don't want to like dig into like, okay, so what was the worst thing about your last relationship? I feel like that's too personal. And people need to like learn that later on. That's not something that you just...
It's like a date question, like a late date question.
Exactly. Like we've been dating for months.
Exactly. Not the first date question.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I could say, are you coming off of any type of heartbreak or anything like that? Or are you just kind of wanting to try something new?
No heartbreak. I've been chilling for a while. You know, I mean, I'll go out on dates here and there with people that I meet, but nothing steady or anything like that where you have a chance to get heartbroken, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, but that's good. I feel like, and
I work so much. It's kind of hard to find time to like go find something, you know?
Yeah. Which is where we come in. Plus,
Exactly.
I highly doubt that you're meeting a bunch of these cool ladies out on a deer stand or in duck hunting.
I hope not. It'd be kind of awkward.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it would. You'd be like, hey, do you want to go?
Yeah, why are you here?
That was a nice deer you just shh,
Shh, don't talk so loud.
You're going to scare him away. Okay.
That's how it goes.
And that's how it would go. And
Yeah.
so then they're like, yeah, I'm never going on a date with him. He just got this, I don't know what you call the deer, a buck.
Buck and a doe.
You got the buck up to run away.
Mhm.
See, I'm turning into a country girl slowly but surely. Do you miss being in Wilmington?
I go back all the time. I was just there last weekend.
I
still get my hair cut there, so I have to go back like once every 4 to 6 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
It
Yeah,
gets
we're
kinda
there all the
wild.
time too. We're there a little bit too often, but
All
I
my
love
friends there, like I'm really the only one I know that, well, not the only one, but most people go there and stay. Most people don't go there, go to school and leave like I did. So
yeah, I feel like when Stuart went there, he stayed for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And you came straight back too.
yeah.
Was it because you had a job offer here?
Well,
that brought you
actually,
back?
right after college, I went to Nashville and I was talking to Stuart because we were talking about this job. And I said, yeah, man, I mean, I'll be back in like 4 or 5 days, maybe a week. And then 3 weeks later, I'm like, is the job still around? Are you still around? That kind of deal. Because I just wanted to stay in Nashville, but you run out of money. You have to come back and get a job.
So tell me about Nashville. What brought you there? That's an exciting little trip.
I have a buddy that played baseball at Middle Tennessee State. And that's about, 30 minutes away from Nashville. So it was just a good opportunity to go. I'd always wanted to go. And then he had to go on a road trip because he still played baseball. And I asked him if I could watch his house for 2 weeks and water his grass. And he was happy to let me stay there. So
I bet. Okay, so did you play any music? Did you go to any open mic nights and play your guitar and sing while you were in Nashville? That's like the country music capital of the world.
It is. It's different there, though. Like everybody's good. I mean, the guy that's at the Valet or wherever, I mean, could have a number one on the radio and you'll never know it. So once I got there and listened to everybody, I was like, oh, I got some work to do for real.
That's how you get better, though. You just got to put yourself in the tank with the sharks, I think.
Exactly.
And just be like, I'm just going to keep playing until they're like, oh, wait a minute. This guy's pretty good. They're probably thinking the same thing about you.
Oh, I didn't play. I was scared.
I think you need to go back to Nashville and you just need to play. My parents live in Tennessee. They were in Knoxville and we would go to Nashville to visit my aunt. She doesn't live there anymore.
Yeah. I love Knoxville too because I drove there so I could have my dog with me while I was in Tennessee, and I came through Knoxville, and I like Knoxville too.
It is a really fun area.
I just like Tennessee in general.
A lot more spread out.
Yeah.
We've looked at some land out there. It's really nice. In that middle. My parents are more in like the Triad area. So literally you'll be at my brother's school on one side of the street and you're in Tennessee. And then if you go to the gas station across the street, you're in Kentucky. And then if you go to the Walmart down there, you're in Virginia. And I'm like, what?
That would mess. I couldn't live there.
Oh yeah, no. They're like, yeah, we always go get our gas in Virginia because it's cheaper. I'm like, what? They're
but
like,
you
yeah,
can file for things in the states that have the best laws.
Yeah, they're like, you're right here. Like you're just standing on the line all the time. I'm like, that is so crazy. But that is a beautiful area. I could see how you can get wrapped up there for like 2 or 3 weeks. I'm surprised you didn't stay longer.
I couldn't. I didn't have any money left.
Like my friend wanted his house back. Actually,
he was coming back the next day.
I was squatting at that point.
I was squatting.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. And you get to bring both of your dogs with you, or just one?
Just one for this one. I didn't want to do that to both of them because I took them like in the back of the truck in a kennel, and I didn't want them crowded like that. So
okay, yeah, that makes sense. So I'm guessing you're driving a truck.
Of course.
Of course. I've been new car shopping, so I'm like interested in the cars that everybody has now.
You should get a truck. I've
said that to Stuart, and he's like, well, we have a truck already. I'm looking at the new, not new, but I'm looking at the Toyota RAV4s. Like it's kind of middle of the road.
Yeah.
You get like good, I'm looking at the hybrid, so it has good mileage and stuff. We're getting real off track with this conversation, but I just want people's opinion before I go spending this money on this vehicle. Yeah. Mine's just, it's going to conk out on me sooner than I was hoping.
You get a thumbs up from me then.
Yeah. Like I've got to, Stuart, do you hear that? I
need
to get
she
this
needs
vehicle.
A truck still.
Yeah. I need a truck, and I'm like, I want one of those blue, like a blue vintage truck. I just think that would be so cool. Okay, so I want to know about your upcoming holiday plans. Obviously, this special someone is not going to be going to those holiday plans. It's like a couple weeks away. But I'm just curious about kind of family dynamic stuff. what would be the thing that you look most forward to the holidays, like Thanksgiving, Christmas, if you celebrate those holidays?
Yeah. Family again. I mean,
just being with your family.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought you were going to say your mom's cooking. She's as good of a
my dad can cook too. Like they're both really, really good. I eat off platters, not plates. It's everybody's joke,
nice.
I didn't like having to go back every time for seconds, so just put it all on one, get done with it, move on. But
they just know you so well.
Yeah, turkey, that's a hot topic because I don't like turkey. I feel like that catches people.
Like, who made that the center of the holiday?
Wild turkey's different than store-bought turkey, though. Wild turkey's good. It tastes like Chick-fil-A nuggets.
So do you get a wild turkey and then let them cook that for Thanksgiving, or is it not turkey season yet?
It's not turkey season, so which makes no sense, I know.
Yeah. Who is making the rules?
We could probably work something out.
Yeah. Who is making the rules? I don't think I've ever had wild turkey. If I did, I didn't know about it.
It's good. I mean, after I had that, I've probably had store-bought turkey once or twice since because I just can't do it.
Store-bought turkey does not seem like real meat.
It's awful. It's like paper.
Yeah, it's so gross. I'm like, I can't eat this. Okay, so mom and dad's cooking, just being around family. I love that. Mm-hmm. Love that answer. And then do you have any New Year's traditions?
We normally go hunting. I know we keep going back to that, but we hunt a lot on that day and Christmas Eve. That's kind of one of the traditions we do.
Yeah, but that's fun. I feel like when you get to be with your family, does your sister go hunting too and your mom, or just the boys?
Just the boys.
Just the boys.
Exactly. My sister used to go on Christmas Eve, but she outgrew that. I guess she hasn't been since I was 4 or 5. She's like, fell in the water the last time she went. I don't know if it scarred her or what happened. But
did you get hurt?
I was 4, so I just kind of floated.
Oh, geez. Is it Christmas Eve? I bet it was freezing cold. I guess in North Carolina, you can't tell.
I just stripped down to my underwear, and then they put me on a heater. They put me over the floor heater. Actually, my dad sat me in a tree and finished the hunt, and then we got me out of there and got me warm.
So, yeah, she's traumatized. She probably was seeing you get frostbitten.
She's like, get Andrew out of here,
Yeah.
He's cold. And Dad's like, they're flying good.
Yeah. He's like, shh, you're scaring him away. Exactly. Again, whispering, we'll save his life in a little bit. It'll be fine. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Yeah, so she's traumatized. So understandably, she's not going on this hunting trip anymore.
I haven't thought about that until right now, but it might have been what happened. Yeah.
This is really a therapy section. We're just bringing it up. We're just bringing things up to light. You're going to have to call your sister. I just want to say, I really appreciate you trying to save my life that one Christmas. She's like, what are you talking about?
Did you go to therapy? No, I'm on Shelbie's podcast.
It's all flooding back to me now.
Exactly. But then sometimes we'll go out, but through COVID, I turned 21 in COVID. So 21, 22, everything was still kind of locked down. So everybody was just kind of chilling at the house, having their own New Year's thing. But I might do something this year. We'll see.
Do you think that being that age during the lockdown kind of had you miss the crazy partying, drinking phase? No. I was just honestly curious, but just
we cruised right through.
I actually made it through.
Exactly. Well, they said stay in groups, so we had our own group that. It was a big group, and that's all we saw.
I bet that's fun, though. Yeah. It's like that's all you really need. That's all you would do if you were going out anyway. You would just have a bunch of randoms walking in and out in between you. So I feel like that's perfect.
Find out who your people are.
Really fast. And you find out people that you don't click with really fast when you're in close quarters like that.
Faster.
Yeah, way faster. It probably saved you 10 years of whack friendships that you were trying to get rid of people, like shake people off for a decade. Now you just got rid of them just like that.
Sorry,
making a
COVID 6
circle.
feet. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you're not in my COVID pod. You actually have to leave immediately.
Just don't respond.
Yeah, I can't answer this anymore. That's crazy. I am not a drinker. Stuart's not really either, so we're not crazy partiers. And I don't think I ever really went through that phase. If anybody was around when I did, let's not comment on it.
Didn't happen.
It didn't happen. I don't remember it, so it didn't happen to me.
I was not there.
Yeah, I wasn't there. I have a new last name now, so it couldn't have been me.
It's a good line.
But yeah, I guess that makes sense. If you're staying in your pods, you would still get to go out and party and stuff. I was just curious. But do you like going out like downtown? I know you said you didn't really like the Raleigh scene, but like, do you go out to like bars and stuff ever or not?
Yeah,
really?
I go out to Raleigh. I haven't been in a couple months just because like I work so much, especially like this time of year and in the heat of summer too. We're really busy. So, I kind of want to just go take a nap all weekend if I can or something.
That's all I want to do too.
Yeah, I kind of want to do it. Like,
I actually hope
Long
you wrap
nap,
this up soon because
No,
I want
that's
to take
not
an
what I meant.
8-hour nap. It's called bedtime.
Yeah.
It's like
8 hours, I wish. That's a dream.
You
But
can't sleep for 8 hours straight?
I'm exhausted if I sleep for 8 hours.
Really?
Like
It makes you
5 to
more
6.
tired.
Yeah.
I think I slept 45 minutes last night, and Stuart snores immediately. He's not even fully on the pillow, and he's snoring
He
and
goes
dead
to bed
asleep.
early, doesn't he?
Yeah, like 7:30. He's like, "You ready to call it?" I'm like, "No."
Because we would be in the same place for work or something and go out to eat. And I'm like, man, I'm probably going to, hit this dive over here. They got a pool table. This looks fun. Well, we'll go to bed.
Yeah, he's like, well, it's 8:30. Well, you know what he does is he's probably doing it right now and loving the fact that we're in here chit-chatting because he likes to go and watch movies, and I can't sit through movies like that. I'm on my computer doing anything but just staring at that screen for that long. I'll be running around cleaning up the house, decorating for Christmas a month early. And yeah, so he'll go back to the room and watch like back-to-back movies or that Billion show that I can't
love
stand.
Billion. And
I've
movies.
never
I can
gotten
do
into
movies
it.
too.
I just can't. And the ones that he wants to watch, I'm like, I go to some. And then we went and saw that new Flower Moon movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. And it's like where they stole all those indigenous people's money.
Is it good?
It was pretty good. He didn't like it because he said they just talked. I was like, there was a dialogue. The ones that you watch, there's just explosions every couple seconds.
There's
He's like, that's all you need. Yeah. He's like, that's all you really need. But anyways.
This is what writing looks like.
Right? What kind of movies do you like? Like what kind of genres would you watch? You
said literally anything. Action, comedy. Thriller is probably my favorite.
What's your favorite movie? Favorite thriller? Of the moment. I won't even make you think of like of all time.
Shutter Island.
Really? I can't watch scary movies, but I've heard that one was pretty scary. It's like a mental scary though, isn't it? Okay.
Like, it takes you don't know what's going on by the end of it. Then you're like, what? And that's kind of the kind of movies I like. Is
it like possession-y? Because I don't like
No, that creeps me out.
Okay, good. Yeah, I think that's a red
I can
flag.
do a Nicholas Sparks movie too. Like a lot of guys don't like them, but they're really good movies.
I don't know why when you said Nicholas Sparks, I was thinking Stephen King. I was like, well, those are scary.
Yeah, that's awful.
Okay, Nicholas Sparks. He's from Wilmington, isn't he?
Yeah, somewhere around. Like all those movies are around Wilmington, Charleston,
in Wilmington too.
I know
which
the
is
choice was. I'm not going to go much deeper than that because I'll, really expose myself.
I was like, I haven't even seen that, but please tell me more. I'll watch.
It's in Wilmington. Yeah.
Gosh, what's the other one that he did that was in Wilmington that's actually really good? I saw like a clip of it the other day. I was like, that's the most beautiful house I've ever seen. And then it was like, it's in Wilmington, North Carolina. I was like, what? I'm there all the time and I haven't seen it.
Have you seen Outer Banks?
Oh yeah, my daughter loves that show.
I like the show, but the demographics, or whatever you call maps.
They took a ferry. They took a ferry from the Outer Banks to freaking Chapel Hill. Are you kidding me? Yeah. I saw the episode and I was like, "Can we take that ferry?" And I was like, "No,
the ferry doesn't exist.
That ferry is fake." Like,
wish we could.
Yeah,
sometime.
I don't even know if there are any ferries out there. Maybe
no,
I just
the only ferry I take's in Southport.
Yeah, I don't know any ferries anywhere around there. So
definitely not in Chapel Hill.
Yeah, there's no ferries in Chapel Hill. Chapel Hill is a stretch from here, though. Chapel Hill feels like you're going to a different state.
Yeah, I never go there, really.
Me neither. I used to go to that Barrington. They had like the cows and like stuff. And a place I worked had like a store in Chapel Hill, and I would go up there. And it just feels like I feel like I'd rather go to Asheville than to go to Chapel Hill. It's just that difficult to get to. Oof. So hopefully this lucky someone doesn't live in Chapel Hill because we've kind of just scared all of them.
Yeah, we kind of just talk crap about it.
We need to get rid of all the Chapel Hill people. Plus, I'm not repping any UNC people if they're going to try to come out of the woodworks. It's not going to work. Are you an NC State fan? UNC?
Yeah.
Chapel Hill's back.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Like, I played so many sports that once I was done with them and got hurt, I was kind of like, I don't really care anymore.
I was just going to ask, do you like going to sports? Like, that's like a fun date activity. Or you can go to Durham Bulls.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't mind going, but it's not like something that I'm going to be painting my chest, jumping up and down.
You're not getting the season passes to go to all the games.
Unless I'm reselling them.
Yeah. Or the Hurricanes fans.
I can't.
Little kooky.
I know this is probably a red flag, but I don't really like going to Hurricanes games.
Me neither. I had to go because of y'all's work. I got roped into entertaining. Yeah. And I just sat on the end of that row and everyone's like, And I'm like, my ears are ringing. I cannot. I was like, it's fun-ish. I don't know what's going on.
I just keep a beer in people's hands and they're normal because I'm entertaining when I'm there. So,
and I'm really not. I'm just like the plus one of the entertainer, but I'm still just like
doing this talking for him.
Yeah.
You say plus one, but I know you're over there.
Right.
Doing the
I'm working. Yeah. I'm working. I need to be on the clock. Stuart brings me to things like he'll bring me to some of y'all's work events and he's like, make sure that you talk to these people and get to know them a little bit. I'm like, you make sure that you talk to them. He's like, I'm not talking to anybody. I'm like, Jesus, here we go again. Yeah. Teamwork makes the dream work. So are you introverted or extroverted, do you think? I think I know, but
probably more introverted.
I would guess.
Yeah.
But you're very sociable. It's not, I feel like when people think introvert, they think that you can't hold a conversation, which is not.
No, and I crowds are okay. Like a concert, I love concerts and stuff like that. But I don't know, like more so introverted as in I need my alone time, but I like to go other places. I'm not like a really good host, I would say. I don't like everybody coming to me. I like going to them and then coming back to the hall.
Yeah, because you can have a little bit more control is what I like. It's like I like being able to get, that's kind of why I like not drinking. And when I go somewhere, I like being able to get in my car when I'm ready to leave and peacing out, especially when I have grandpa over here that wants to fall asleep at 7 p.m. It's like, we've got to go.
Well, I've been known to walk. I mean.
You're like, I'm not above just stepping out. Okay, where's the farthest that you walked to get away from a situation?
I was at Jimmy's in Wrightsville Beach. Shout out Jimmy's. And I walked all the way back to the dorms.
Oh my gosh. And you were like, you're like that miles. Over it. Yeah. And 8 Mile, I mean, shout out.
And not flip-flops, but those Hey Dude shoes.
Hey Dude. Those are worse than flip-flops. That's not like a piece of cardboard with like a piece of fabric on top.
Pretty much. Cardboard would be an improvement, I feel like, halfway there, I'm like, man, these shoes are going to be torn all to pieces by the time I get there. I don't want to buy new ones. I just went barefooted.
We're not getting sponsored by Hey Dudes anytime soon. No.
I got 3 pairs.
Yeah, you're like, well, I am a loyal customer, though, with all that being said. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Okay, so not above walking. We love that too. Yeah, I don't like being stuck places. And I feel like I'm more extroverted because I get my energy from stuff like this. Like I get my energy from having the conversation, being around a bunch of different energies. And then when I go back to my house, I feel like re-inspired. And then for introverts like you or Stuart, I feel like being around all those other people is kind of draining. And when you're at home in your recliner, in your cozy clothes, it's like, now I have all the energy. Yeah. Me sitting at home, I work from home and I'm in this house by myself all day. I feel like that drains me, which sounds crazy, but I'm like sitting there and I'm like, I'm going a little crazy. I want some interaction now.
I feel that too, though, a little bit, because I work from home, not a lot, but like 1 or 2 days a week. Normally when I'm there, like I have so much more time to get my stuff done and nobody like walking up to me and stuff like that. So I'm like, well, I have all my stuff done, but this would have taken me like 3 hours if I'd have been in the office. And I'm like, anxious because I'm like, I should be doing more. So
I feel the same way. And I'm like, I'm going to just be as efficient as possible. And I'm like, I wake up early. I'm going to do my workout. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to work for this amount of hours and knock it all out. And then wherever the day takes me after that, where the day takes me, that's just where it has to go.
For sure.
Usually it involves other human interactions because I can't just sit at my house alone all day, or I'll decorate for Christmas by myself all day. Text Stuart, why did you let the attic get so messy?
Why are my candles melted?
Yeah. What's
my fake candles, we should clarify.
Okay, so to catch you guys up, last Christmas, I splurged on these fake candles that are supposed to stay lit for like 1,000,000 hours, like 500 hours or something crazy. Then I realized that we had to put like 3 batteries in each candle. There's like 8 of them on the table. I was like, oh my gosh. And then Stuart decides to put them in the attic, which I told him I don't think is insulated enough. And then this year I take them down. They're all melted and warped, which I hope he doesn't listen this far into the podcast, which he won't. Even editing it, he won't listen. It looks better melted. But I'll still complain.
It's the first thing I said.
Yeah, it's the first thing I thought. I was like, what the heck? Why do these look so good?
Yeah, exactly.
They looked like very generic plastic candles last year. But yeah, I won't.
Like how candles are supposed to look when they're burning for an hour. Yeah.
Exactly. Melted. And yeah, so he won't hear this. I know he doesn't listen. to the
Maybe
podcast.
will. I'm on this one. I'll just be listening, past 15 minutes.
Yeah, he'll fast forward. He fast forwards, and then when I put the little mark to edit, he'll just jump to that and like edit really quick. And then he's like, all right, I'll listen to it when it's out and get you the view. I'm like, okay, whatever. Listen to it in your car.
As long as you're editing, dude.
Yeah, as long as I don't have to edit it. It's so hard to listen to your own voice back. You have a good podcast voice, though.
Do I really?
Yeah, you really do. You sound very clear.
I think it's just a good mic. I don't know. My mom's told me I mumble my whole life.
No, I don't think you're mumbling.
I told her I was coming here, and she's like, well, don't mumble, son.
Mom sounds like, I just want to be friends with her.
Oh, you would love her.
Oh, gosh. I feel like we'd be best friends.
Very extroverted.
Yeah. So whoever ends up going on this date with you, if you guys hit it off, I mean, I might be coming over for dinner sometimes.
For sure.
She's extroverted. I just need to go and pick her brain because, like, how do I raise my son to be like Andrew? Because that's what we want. We want a country boy,
nice. Yeah,
a Southern gentleman. I'll just start picking her brain and I'll start training from her.
I don't even know what she would say. She's like, just feed him and love him and
just love him, and just be real tired and he'll figure it out.
Get real good at washing baseball pants,
Oh gosh, I bet that.
My dad was a master on that. Actually, I got to give him props. He could get any stain out of any baseball pants ever.
Did your dad coach your teams at all?
Up till I was about 11 or 12.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I was on like 3 or 4 at a time. So.
But that's probably a ton of time that you guys got to spend together. I mean, I know you said he was your best friend, but like when you're on a sports team like that and if your dad is your coach, like that's a pretty cool, unique experience.
That's probably why we've always been best friends because we're always with each other, whether it be hunting or fishing or just hanging out with him and stuff like that. So baseball for sure, because I mean, he was at every practice, every game. I remember he had to miss like one game and it stressed him out so bad.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Number one fan. I love that.
But I played great. So.
You're like, I was amazing with or without him. I didn't need his eyes to be good. Right. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Okay, well, is there anything else that you're hoping to get out of the experience? I mean, we can keep chit-chatting forever if you want, but
I mean, nothing in particular. I'm trying to go into it with an open mind. I've never done anything like it. So it may be like slightly uncomfortable. And then when something makes me uncomfortable, it makes me want to do it more.
Oh, that's great. Like, yeah.
With most things, I'll say, not everything. Like,
are you like a skydiving type of person? I mean, yeah, you're not going to try
a plane. Yeah.
Really? But you won't try sushi?
I tried it one time, but the person that gave it to it mixed a bunch of wasabi with it, and my mouth was like under a faucet.
We'll take you out to sushi.
No, I don't think you will. Well, I'll go with y'all for sure.
We'll take you out to sushi, and you can try it, and then we can also get you the hibachi on the side so that it's like that you're gonna eat.
Yeah. And I'll sneak some Cheez-Its in too, just in case y'all are lying. Yeah.
Didn't you hear me say I get fed platters? You think one little hibachi is gonna fill me
It's all soul food, though. Simple soul food.
Love that. Yeah. So the next step is gonna be for us to have our little interviews. I'm gonna pick like my top 5 or 6 people. And then from there, we're going to pick our top 3. I'm going to let the listeners pick the top 3 girls for you to go on these blind dates with. So there'll be an episode where you'll get to hear little clips from the girls. I'll ask them all the same questions. It won't be as in-depth as this one with you, where we're just really getting to know you. Theirs, I'm going to ask a little bit more strategic. Now you got me thinking about Cheez-Its.
I'm thinking about Cheez-Its.
Wait, what are the other ones? Cheese nibs. Did you ever have those? Or you're
don't
too?
Even come out with the cheese nibs. No,
you're too.
Extra toasty or original. Like, don't give me the cheddar jack. All that. They try to just fix the wheel. I mean,
they did, and you just need to keep it exactly like it is. Exactly. No, I completely agree. I forgot about those until now. I'm losing my train of thought. I'm just totally in this rabbit hole. Yeah. So. Okay, so we'll pick our top 3. We'll let the viewers pick the top 3. And then, we were talking about earlier, we need to find a way to like mic you up, or maybe you can send us like a little quick voice memo mid-date. And at the end of the date, like, not feeling this one.
Yeah, just be like a spy. She sees me laying on the table. Like,
just be like, I didn't need to rest my head for a moment. Yeah. I don't like this girl.
I'm going to the bathroom.
Call me and tell me that you need me to go.
Shelbie, open the back door.
She says she wants to leave here and go and get sushi.
The waiter.
Yeah, I hope that does not happen. I hope that.
Me too, but it would make for very
It would be
entertaining.
hilarious. It would be hilarious. Views would be through the roof. So part of me is like, oh, I don't want to put you through it. But I'm like, if you're willing to go through it, it would be great for the podcast.
I mean, I'm open to whatever. I mean, it's one date or two, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I think that we'll get some good girls. I had one girl in mind. We are doing the age range like 21 to 27, a mature 21. We did mention he's had his partying phase, maybe not all the way out of it, but definitely not a daily occurrence. No. But I had one person in mind, and they're in Prague for like a month. If they're listening to this, they're going to know exactly who they are. But we were pulling out all the stops to try to get y'all's stars to align at our wedding/engagement party. We had y'all sitting at the same table. We were like, maybe you guys should go and dance together. It just didn't click. And I was like, oh man.
Well, then she would know how much I would eat, because I think I had like 3 plates. So that food was so good.
I'm glad. City Barbecue, shout out. If you guys want to sponsor us,
and the cast iron
feel free. Stuart got on me about that because that was a little bit of an upgrade. And I was like, I want it to come out of the cast iron. I think it tastes better. And Stuart's like, it does not taste any different.
100% tastes better.
I think it does. Yeah. I think it tastes better. See, anytime that me and Stuart have a disagreement, I'm just going to shoot you a quick text and be like, hey, tell Stuart that I'm right.
Yeah. Just text me, like, give him a piece of your mind.
Yeah. But like, we need the cast iron. We need the RAV4. Chop, chop. We got to get on it.
You're taking notes of it.
Yeah, I'm taking notes. I have it written down. I have it all time stamped on here. Like, he'll be able to look back. I'm excited. I think this is going to be fun. I'm excited to hear about the dates. Like, I wish I could like be, what if I'm like, you look over and I'm like holding the menu and just like sitting in the back.
Is that not what we're doing?
I don't know. Maybe. Her. Yeah. I just won't tell her. I mean, I'm sure she'll know what I look like. I have to interview her first, but I got to find a way to pull that off.
Oh, you can do it. Just get a disguise.
Yeah. I'll just be the waitress that walks up. Or I'll have to tell the waitress.
It could work, unless you're not good at it.
Yeah, I'll just pull out like a Mrs. I don't know.
Yeah.
Read the menu.
Yeah.
I'll pull out like a Mrs. Doubtfire outfit change and be like, "Hello, so what would you guys like to order?"
Great movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that with Lila this week. Have to.
Has she not seen it?
I don't think so. I'm not a movie person. So there are so many times that Stuart brings up a movie like Groundhog's Day the other day, which I didn't really like it. But Lila was into it. He was like, what about that guy that kept living the same day over and over? I'm like, what are you talking about? That Groundhog's Day movie? But we haven't seen that. We didn't see Twister. We hadn't seen Top Gun. None of it. And Stuart makes us watch all of it.
Top Gun 200 times.
Yeah, so that's what Stuart said too. And Twister. He's like, I've always wanted to be a storm chaser. I'm like, and then when a storm comes, you'll see his little ass standing on the front porch just peering out. I'm like, can we
just see him going up?
I'm like, can you get in the house, please? He's just like, I can feel it close. I'm like, so can I.
This is a big one.
Yeah. I'm like, get in the house. But anyways, I digress again. Okay, well, I'm really excited. I think this is going to be a super fun experiment. I can't wait to pick your girls. We'll have you back on. Yeah, we'll have you back on and chit chat all about it.
Good deal.
All right. Well, I'm hanging up. Let's go bug Stuart some more.
See you next time.
Bye.